Welcome to the Raw Dawgers Sportscast. I am Deshaun Watson,
I'm Ryan Kessler.
and we have our third leg with us, our third dog.
Mark Wade.
Yeah, long time Cleveland sports enthusiast. Anything you want to tell us, Mark?
I'm just excited to talk sports with you guys and glad that there's going to be someone to counter your awful takes.
Touche. Well, let's get right down to it. Of course, the elephant in the room has to be Deshaun Watson suspension. It was ruled last week. Of course, everybody's probably heard. It's going to be 11 games and $5 million. What are you guys thinking?
You want to take that one off, Mark? You want us to go first?
You can go ahead and take it.
Well, I kind of thought, we were talking last week that it was going to be between 10 and 12 games, and right in the middle. Wasn't really certain that they'd go with the odd amount of games. I don't think anybody's ever got an odd amount of game suspension before.
Right.
But, the $5 million fine, hey, now at least the coaching staff, everybody knows when he's going to be back. And, he just has to keep his nose clean until then.
Right. And I don't know if any of you guys listened to some of the reactions from the sports pundits. Mina Kimes in particular was not happy. Shocker.
Shocker.
Super shocker. Basically telling, I think it was Shefty on ESPN, that she couldn't believe how duped the NFL got from Deshaun Watson and his team. Of course, she wants to keep getting stories from the NFL, so she's gonna protect her blind side. So let's get that out there now.
And let's not bring up the reason why the NFL didn't want this to go to court, because I don't know, they have owners and other players and big figures in the NFL circle that got away with the same thing or worse.
Well, not to mention that, it's better for the NFL if Deshaun Watson actually plays this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's better. Nobody's going to stop watching the NFL.
And then she's talking about, in the same breath, she basically is talking about how miraculous Deshaun's going to come back. His first game back is against the Houston Texans.
Shocker.
Yeah,
Shocker.
That's right there, folks, right there. If you don't think that this is all a big dog and pony show,
it's all about the money.
Right.
Bottom line.
Right. If you're out there and you think that the NFL is really caring about women,
really,
I should tell you right there.
All the NFL really cares about when it comes down to it is money.
Right.
Which is why Calvin Ridley got a full year, because that could affect their bottom line.
Yeah. As soon as you
start messing with their money.
Well, that's the integrity of the game.
Right.
People stop betting. You stop getting sponsorships.
Right.
You get all these TV deals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't mess with that.
Yeah. Nobody's caring. The NFL doesn't care about random fingers up buttholes.
No.
Let's just go right there.
Or whipping it out.
Right.
Whatever.
Absolutely. So he's coming back for the Texans game. What's your guys' take? What are you hoping that we are going into week 13? Splitting those games. We got a bye in there. So what do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think Jacoby has to do?
He has to keep us above water. I think if he can keep us around 500, 5-6, worst case scenario, we still have a shot at the playoffs. It's tough. The AFC is just loaded from top to bottom. So, I think Jacoby's a good backup quarterback, but we'll see if he can ride the ship for 11 games and keep us with a shot.
Well, I think it's 11 games, but those first four games are very winnable.
They are.
Yeah.
And, you say the AFC is stacked, but that's going to make, 10 or 11 wins is going to be hard to get.
But
anyone.
But you say that, but then games 5 through 9 are gone.
Yeah, they're tough. But
so
he can get one or two of those.
So let's just take baby steps. Let's go. Let's hope for 3-1 to start.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with 1-0 every week.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely.
We'll be cliche.
Yeah. That's great point. Great point. But start with baby steps. Yeah, with the 1-0, then the 3-1, or I hope it's 4-0.
Yeah.
And then we can start looking at can we split 500?
Yeah.
Can we go 4-4? I
win the games at home.
Right. Quite honestly, I think it's going to have to be better than 5-6. I think we have to be 6-5.
I think 5-6 still have a shot.
And there's
Pittsburgh got in last year at 9-8, and the AFC's better.
And there's two schools of thought on it too. you can say, well, Deshaun's going to come back. He's going to be rusty. It's going to take him a while. And actually, it's great that he comes back for the Texans game. I mean, they're picked last in Vegas.
Well, and that's somewhere he's played his whole career. So
Right.
he knows the stadium.
Right.
He knows the.
It'll be
the
very
environment.
hostile, but I mean, Deshaun Watson
Will
has
it,
been.
though?
Yeah, because I think their fans hate him too because he didn't play.
Because that team shat on him and traded away D-Hop. And
Yeah, but you know how fans are. They're so in the moment.
And I'm going to stick to
But
this.
he's been playing in hostile environments his whole career. Like in high school, he was a top player in Georgia, and at Clemson, I mean, he was so good. And when you're that good, people hate you. So
right.
Like Nick Saban.
yeah,
He hates him twice, doesn't he?
yeah.
So, but I'm going to kind of stick to that too. If down the road, and you might find out about the Zapruder film before you find out if the Texans actually planted this story and planted on these women. But if that ever happens, and that could be in the cover-up, and you're never going to find out because the NFL wants to keep a team there, even though I think the state of Texas is owned by Dallas, owned by the Cowboys.
But Houston's a big enough city where
It is.
Yeah.
and they had enough Oilers fans there
Yeah.
that they needed a team.
And quite honestly, the St. Louis Texans doesn't quite have a great ring to it.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Just to be quite honest.
But
It's a home
I do
city.
feel like there does need to be a team back in St. Louis.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, I mean, who out of the major cities out there, what city right now deserves to get an NFL team? If there's an expansion tomorrow, they're going to expand by 2 teams at least because they're going to do it even. I mean, St. Louis has to be right up there, right?
Yeah.
What other place are we going that's going to support it?
I think St. Louis.
And that's the problem.
Right.
That's the problem.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not far from Dallas, so that whole area.
Yeah,
is
That's
controlled.
really not. Yeah, then that's not a very big market.
And not to be a homer here, but I mean, Columbus. But I mean, it's owned by the Buckeyes,
Right.
Right.
and that's fine.
Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all those
they
fans.
split Columbus.
Right. Also, just wanted to put this in there too, that a lot people aren't talking much about this, but as part of the Deshaun Watson suspension, he has to undergo counseling. It's part of that suspension to be compliant.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, and I just kind of came up with this, but is there any way the NFL keeps getting backlash from the public, media, and it ends up that this counselor person says that he's truant or some written
Well,
report that you're never going to find out the NFL seeded that, and then all of a sudden
Has anybody ever done that other than Josh Gordon? But that was a drug
right.
case.
But I mean, let's just say that the report comes out that he was truant or he was non-compliant. The counselor thought that he was not sincere. And of course, that could be planned with the NFL. I mean, they want to hire their own people.
Conspiracy.
Okay. I mean, if we get that far, we're fucked anyway.
Right.
I mean, that's
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I see what you're saying because everybody's saying that he's, he thinks he's innocent and all that stuff. He's gonna do what he has to do to be back on the field. That's the way he makes his money.
Right. Well, yeah.
And again, like, what's he supposed to say in public? He's still got a civil suit going on. Like, and if he admits guilt, then what if another criminal case comes up? Well, he already admitted guilt. So I mean,
Well, I mean, did the civil suit did it take hold?
there's only one that he's still got pending.
Okay. Because I thought the rest of them,
They're all
paid.
They're all paid. Yeah.
Right. So, so we talked about, I mean, the Browns, can they still make the playoffs? What's your feeling? What's your gut? Let's say we got Jacoby.
I mean, my take on it was, and this is probably an unpopular opinion amongst Browns fans, but I kind of just wanted him to be suspended for the whole year. That would kind of make everybody happy. Hey, look, he's punished for the whole year, and I think that would have given us a shot to go after a Jimmy Garoppolo who gives us a better chance to win than Jacoby Brissett. So, but now that it's only 11 games, they're not going to go make a trade for Jimmy or.
Well, and I was going to bring that up next was Is there any way the Browns are going to do that?
Unless we have an
even if he
injury.
was out the whole year, he would have to take less money because what they're doing, the reason they're not going out and getting anything else right now is because they want to have that rollover cap next year to make the moves that they need.
Well,
Yeah, but you gotta win now though. So
yeah, you gotta win now, but Brissett is, I think, just as talented.
well,
Garoppolo's quarterback for better teams.
and here's my thing too: is
you think so?
San Francisco?
Do you think the Browns roster right now is better than those Niners teams that he took to the Super Bowl? Or
No, I mean in his career.
oh, okay.
oh yeah,
Not yet.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean no now that yeah, it's comparable to
Yeah.
those Niner teams. You know, we don't have a Debo Samuel, but
Right.
Well, and that's the thing too: is what's John Lynch got up his sleeve out there at San Francisco?
Apparently,
what
he's
are they
got the
doing?
next Patrick Mahomes
right.
and Trey Lance.
Well, and that's the whole thing: is does John Lynch,
I mean,
does
but-
Shanahan, do they feel comfortable enough with Trey Lance right now, or is it just window dressing?
Yeah, but what if
And
Trey Lance
they're going to keep Garoppolo.
if he gets hurt? Do you think Jimmy G really is going to want to play for them?
Yeah. Jimmy's not that type of guy.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like it, but I don't know. I mean,
Not
I
everyone.
guess I didn't even give him a playbook.
Does he need a playbook?
No, probably not. He's a pretty smart guy. I mean, he was groomed by Tom Brady, so
I've also heard that in the offseason he goes ghost mode.
Right.
Yeah, I read this article that I'm not sure.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, Jimmy G. Like, as soon as the season starts or off season starts, he gets the fuck out of there and like doesn't return phone calls or anything until like mini camps come back around.
he's busy with those porn stars.
You know, when you said ghost mode, I mean, the first thing that triggered my mind was he's just only banging white porn stars.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I didn't know what you meant by that. I mean,
when you see that guy,
I mean, oof. Anyway,